Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We're continuing our playthrough of Kingdom Death. We're moving back into the settlement phase. We were able to take on that white lion and we've defeated him. Sadly, I do apologize, there were a couple errors in there that may have confused people, and don't worry, I'm going to take care of those in the next showdown video and hopefully go into more in depth on how that all worked, so that I can hopefully clear up a little bit of the confusion and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Now, we're coming back to our settlement phase. We were able to successfully make it with all four of our characters. Nobody died this time. That's absolutely great. We did gain a couple disorders, which we'll go through, but other than that, I think we did a pretty good job. Now, before we go too far into the settlement phase, there's a couple things I need to take care of. One is we have to remember that Xena and Riverwind both have to skip their next hunt event, so they're not going to be able to come with us on the next trip. Also, in the settlement video before this, I totally did the roll for age incorrectly. And so I have to go ahead and grab a fighting art for our one-arm destroyed back Achilles. He's going to grab a fighting art. Let's see which one he got. He got Rhythm Chaser. It says, on arrival, gain 1 evasion token. When you are knocked down, if you don't have an instrument in your gear grid, remove all your +1 evasion tokens. Oh, that's bad. That's too bad. Rhythm Chaser cannot be used if there is any heavy gear in your grid. So we're going to go ahead and write that down on his fighting art right here, though I still don't think he's going to be going on too many more adventures. And then it says we're supposed to archive the cards. We're going to go ahead and put this all right back in the box. Now, if you're ready to see what's going to happen to our brave survivors during the settlement phase, then I need you to meet me at the table. With that out of the way, we're going to move into our next step, which is going to be returning survivors. Heal returning survivors, remove tokens, and do not remove gear. So we've gone ahead and I have healed everybody. I did remove a gear, but I do know what they have. I always put it right down over here. So when we go to the next hunt, we can go ahead and take this and distribute it as it is. If something in the actual settlement event or settlement phase makes us not be able to get to this point, I do have a record of what people were wearing before we went out it came back to our settlement. I apologize. So we're going to continue on to gain endeavors. And we got 4. Yes, that's right. 4 endeavors. All 4 of our characters came back. So we have our 4 endeavor tokens. I'm going to place them right here. So we have our endeavor token. Now we're going to update our timeline. So at this point, we're going to update our timeline. You know what? I'm also going to update our death count because that's the next thing. Unless something happens during this, of course. We have only that 1 dead person, which was poor Hercules. We didn't lose anybody this time. So we're going to go ahead and check number 3. So we're moving into Lantern Year 3. And so we're going to draw a settlement event. And we have to take care of this story event, Lights in the Sky, from when we were on our hunt. I'm pretty excited about that. So we have our settlement deck right here. We're going to draw our settlement card and see what happens to us. Triathlon of Death. Well, that doesn't sound good. The settlement engages in games of skill. Each player nominates a different survivor. Every nominated survivor determines their score for each possible contest. Survivor's score determines their place. If the settlement only has 1 survivor, do not roll. They realize they have been competing against themselves and gain 3 insanity, a random disorder, and the last man standing fighting art. All right, so we're going to go ahead and, oh wow, this is something else. So we have to do a race contest, a debate contest, a fight contest. Wow. If 1 survivor gets 4th place in all events, they are banished from the settlement and are considered dead. Oh no, that's terrible. All right, so we're going to roll a d10 plus our movement. So we're going to have to nominate some survivors here for our Triathlon of Death. This is awesome. So I've nominated our 4 survivors. We got Raceland, Caramon, Aeolus, and Riverwind. I've chosen these 4 because, well, I just thought we'd use these 4. I'm actually hoping Aeolus gets 4th place in all of them. Sadly, he's not going to be probably giving too much back to the community anymore. So I'm hoping maybe he gets 4th place and he gets disbanded and all these guys still get some extra stuff. So the first event we have to take care of is our race contest. So it's D10 plus our movement attribute. Everybody has a movement attribute of 5, except for Achilles. He's got a 3. So we're going to roll individually for each person. Our first person is Riverwind. Let's see what he gets. He got, oh my gosh, he got a 10 plus his 5. Aeolus, sorry, you're not getting first place in this one. Here goes Aeolus. He got an 8. That's a pretty good roll. Caramon, let's see how he does. Caramon got an 8 as well. Wow. Okay, and Raceland's last. Let's see how he does. Raceland got a 6. Okay, 6 plus 5 is 11 because we're going to get really close here. 6 plus 5 and 11, 8, 9, 10, 11. So those two tied. Now, I don't think it says anything about a tie. When survivors don't roll, they realize, okay, let's see here. Determine the scores. Every nominated survivor determines their score for each possible contest. Survivor scores determine their place if the summon only has one survivor. It doesn't say what to do if there's a tie. I think I'm just going to go ahead and re-roll them. If that's wrong, let me know. But I think that's what we're going to do. Aeolus is going to go ahead and roll. He got a 6. Plus 3 is 9. And let's see how Raceland does. He got a 6. Plus 5 is 11. Oh, sorry, Aeolus. You got last place. So if we look at the card, it says that our first place person gets 1 permanent movement. So we're going to go ahead and give Riverwind 6 permanent movements. Too bad Riverwind can't go on the next hunt. He has to skip it. Our second place character gains +1 courage. That's going to be Caramon. He's going to gain +1 courage. I'm going to fill it in right there. Our next person is going to be Raceland. He gains a new pair of rawhide boots. Oh, that's real good. All right, he got these rawhide boots. These are awesome. I get to depart with +1 survival. That's fantastic. I'm just going to put them by Raceland. He got them after all. And our last place person gets the torn Achilles tendon severe injury. Oh no, poor Aeolus. So it says here, torn Achilles tendon. Your leg cannot bear your weight until the end of the showdown. Whenever you suffer light, heavy, or severe injury, you are also knocked down. Skip the next hunt and gain 1 bleeding token. Now, I'm not exactly sure how to do this. I believe we're going to have to skip the next hunt. That's totally fine. But this happens at the end of the showdown. Well, he's not going to the showdown. This is actually just during some event. So I don't think he's going to get knocked down. Well, if he gets knocked down anytime during this, I guess he's not going to do it. If somebody wants to let me know exactly how this is supposed to take place, since this is the settlement phase, I don't see how any of this is going to pertain. Would it pertain in the next showdown? I think that would be it, but he can't go to the next showdown because it says skip the next hunt. So that's where we stand on this. So he has the torn Achilles tendon severe injury. So I'm going to skip the next hunt for Aeolus. Not that he was planning to go on a hunt, mind you. He wasn't planning at all. Like I said, I'm hoping he comes in 4th place all the way around. Poor Aeolus. I'm so mean to him. All right. Our next event is the debate contest. I have to do a D10 plus understanding to see how we do. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see here. Debate plus D10 plus understanding. Okay. I don't think anybody has any understanding. Oh, Riverwind has understanding. Awesome. All right, Riverwind is going to roll first. Let's see how he does against this. He got an 8. +1 is 9. He's got a 9 total. So I'm just going to move this to a 9 so I can remember what number he has. He has a 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. Our next person is Aeolus. Come on, 1. Oh, we got a 7. Darn, he might actually win. He might actually win. Caramon. Caramon has got an 8. Oh, wow. Where were these numbers when I was rolling against the white line? And our last person is, oh, we got a 7. All right, so again, nobody has any understanding, and it looks like it's another roll-off between Aeolus and Raceland. Again, if I'm doing that wrong, please let me know, but I don't see anywhere in there about a tie. Now, of course, I could say the tie, they just both get 4th place, but I don't think that's the way, or I give them both 3rd place, but that's just too nice. So we're going to go ahead and roll for Aeolus first. He got a 5. All right, and our next person is Raceland. Raceland got a 9. All right, so Aeolus got 4th place again. He got 4th place again. All right, so our first place person is, so I'm actually going to turn this to a 6 just so I can remind myself that it's not actually a 9 and accidentally give him something he's not supposed to have. First place is Riverwind. In the debate contest, Riverwind gets bragging rights and a skull-based resource. Oh, that's awesome. So here's our skull basic resource we gained, and that's going to go up here. Riverwind has won a skull basic resource. So we're going to go ahead and move that. And then the next person in 2nd place gets +1 understanding. Understanding goes to Caramon. Caramon gets +1 understanding. So we're going to go ahead and fill in his first box. The next person is going to gain Survivor gets too angry and must, skip the next hunt. Who's that? That's going to be Rachel. Why everybody's skipping their next hunt? So it's right down here. We're going to skip our next hunt for Rachel. Well, I'm not going to have anybody else go on this hunt. All right, and the last but not least, we got Achilles. Oh, poor Achilles again. He gains the apathetic disorder. So let's go ahead and grab that. So Achilles is going to be apathetic. It says, you've given up. Nothing seems to matter. You have no concern for your own well-being. You cannot use or gain survival. You cannot gain courage. Cure the disorder if you have +8 understanding. Wow, that's just absolutely detrimental. All right, so I'm just going to place this next to Achilles for now because maybe he'll get last place again. And then I don't have to worry about writing it down. Our next one is the fight contest. Now, sadly, Achilles might do pretty good at this because I get to add my strength attribute to this. All right. We're going to see how this goes. Riverwind is going to roll first. He got a 4. Oh, this isn't looking good for Riverwind. Our next person is going to be Achilles. Achilles got an 8 + 2. He got 10 because he gets +2 strength. Caramon is going to get a 7. And last but not least, we got Raceland. And if anybody knows who this character is, he's probably not going to do too well in this one. Oh, we got a 4. So he and Riverwind have tied. Now, I know there's probably many different ways of doing this. Some are going to take it literally where technically what should happen is you get a first place, a second place, and then these two could most possibly get fourth place, or first, second, and both get third place. Or you could re-roll it. It doesn't really say in here, but of course, most of the time, if you need to re-roll something, it will say it. This does not say it. We're just having fun, and I'm just going to go and re-roll people that are going to be having ties. I didn't think it would happen that often, but apparently we're tying on every one of these. So we're going to go ahead and re-roll both Riverwind and Raceland. So if it's wrong, I apologize, but we're just going to re-roll these because it's more fun rolling dice. We got a 7 for Riverwind. Oh, this is going to be looking good for Raceland. Raceland got a 5. All right, Raceland has got last place. So I'm just going to tick this down to a 6 so we know the order of how everything went. So Achilles, oh, you're such a man. You have beat people with your one arm. You gain +1 weapon proficiency level. Okay, so actually it kind of works for him because he's the only one that had a weapon proficiency. So he's going to gain 1 in his dagger weapon proficiency. The next person is going to gain +1 permanent strength. Oh, that's awesome. Caramon gets +1 permanent strength. That definitely fits the character. And let's see what our third place person gets. He gets a random fighting art. So everyone's going to gain a random fighting art. And, oh, look at this. And Raceland is also dismembered arm severe injury, which means he is also not able to carry anything that has a weight of 2, a strength value of 2 or higher as a weapon, and he can only carry one-handed weapons. We're going to go ahead and write that right down here. We know all about this one. This is absolutely terrible. Dismembered arm. Wow. Dismembered. Wow. Poor Raceland. Oh, our characters just love to lose arms, I guess. So now, since he did not get last place, we are going to write down his disorder here of apathetic. He's going to write it right here, and he basically cannot gain survival. What else can he do? He can't use or gain survival. He can also not gain courage. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely unbelievable. So we're going to go ahead and remove all this. Now we did get a skull basic resource. I'm going to put this over in our resource pile. And then we also gained a rawhide boots for our items. So that's not bad at all. And we also gained some extra stuff. Now sadly in here, of course, we have Achilles who has negative. He has gained the apathetic. He's also gained a weapon proficiency. That's fantastic. But, oh, he's also going to have to skip the next hunt phase because he got that Achilles tendon. Oh, that's bad. All right, we're going to go put these characters aside. I don't think even any of these can go on hunts, can they? Well, Raceland can't. I think Riverwind might be the only... Riverwind can't. Caramon's the only one of our wonderful triathlon people that can actually go on a next event. Now, also, being a solo player, there's another, this might not, each person has to nominate a survivor. Well, I can only nominate one because I'm by myself. But I think, again, it's more fun if we're able to just nominate 4 survivors. I chose those 4, and that's how we did this event. I'm going to go ahead, put this event back on top, and we're going to go ahead and shuffle that up next time it comes to our settlement event decks. Now, we have to move on to our next settlement story moment, which is Lights in the Sky. Now, of course, Riverwind does get a fighting art for coming in 3rd place. So let's see what fighting art he is able to gain. Monster Claw style. Your fist tooth act attacks gain +1 accuracy and +1 strength, and savage. Oh, that's going to be really good. So we're going to go ahead and write this down under his fighting arts. This is a really good fighting art. So not only does he get +1 accuracy and +1 strength, but savage also gives him, I believe savage, when you hit with a critical, you're able to also do an additional wound on top of the actual wound from the critical hit. So we're going to give him Monster Claw. That's awesome. So he's going to probably take his Fist and Tooth when he goes to his weapon for efficiency, even though he hasn't gotten there yet. And of course, he has to skip the next hunt event, so he can't even get there. He can't get any more age. Oh, that's terrible. All right, then we have to go and archive this card. So here's our settlement event, Lights in the Sky. It says, a peculiar light show erupts against the limitless darkness above. Swirling vivid trails streak overhead. They lift everyone's spirit. Lingering effect. The settlement, collectively, imagination is set aflame. After rolling for an endeavor, you may add +1 or +2 to the result. Oh, that's really good. Requires graves. So we have graves. Once per settlement event, roll of 1 through 5. The settlement celebrates the lights of the departed as they streak past. Gain +2 survival. Oh, that's good. 6. A column of light strikes you. You are filled with memory of the dead, and if insane, add 3 to every location when you depart for this lightning lantern year. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so this one requires face painting. We don't have that. And this one requires inner lantern. Oh, that's kind of funny. We need to try to get that, I think. Silent reflection. Gain a fighting art of your choice. Add the Skull Eater settlement event to your timeline next year and gain +1 understanding. The next one says, no one recognizes you while your face is painted. Add the Stranger in the Dark settlement event to the timeline next year. A column of light strikes you. It infuses your body and you become stronger. Gain Quioxic disorder. All right, well, that's something. All right, so this is a lingering effect, I believe. Yes, lingering effect. So this is going to remain on top of our settlement event, and if we decide we could take advantage of these if we want to, we have to pay an endeavor, and we can go ahead and do this if we want. Now, we can't do the other ones, so we're going to go ahead and put that up there. So we've gone ahead and completed our timeline, and we've updated our death count. Nobody died. Now we're going to check our milestone events for stories. We don't have any of those. So the next thing we have to do, I do have to do this. We got a skull basic resource here, and it says, when you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains +1 insanity. So even during the settlement, I believe I get that +1 insanity, and we're going to give it to Caramon. And the reason I'm giving it to Caramon is he doesn't have any, and on top of that, he's about the only one I have that doesn't have a skip the next hunt event. So he's going to gain 1 insanity. So moving on, we're going to continue into the develop step. This is going to be the best part of the whole thing. Look at all these fun things we have. We have all these resources, and we have 4 endeavors. So we can take advantage of this Lights in the Sky endeavor, story event. We can also innovate, which is probably what we're going to do. And we also have some stuff down here on our locations that we're able to take advantage of with our endeavors. So let's start developing. So during our development, the first thing we are going to do is we're going to go through here and find, we have a hide. We're going to use one of these monster hides. And we're also going to use this monster bone and this monster organ. We're going to use all 3 of those and 1 endeavor. And doing so, we're going to be able to innovate, which we're going to be able to draw these cards and see if we can get a hold of Surge. I want that Surge card back. Okay, let's see. We get to draw 4 thanks to our Symposium card. It says, when a survivor innovates, draw an additional 2 innovation cards. So we get 4 total. Let's see what we get. We got Partnership. It's a home hovel consequence. I can spend 2 endeavor to nominate 2 survivors. They pair off and each gains the partner ability. A survivor may be nominated for partnership only once in a lifetime. So the partnership says when you both arrive, gain survival up to the survival limit. Partners may only nominate each other for intimacy. When a partner dies, the remaining partner gains a random disorder and loses this ability. Oh, okay, that's kind of funny. All right, then, oh, there it is. We got our Surge. I don't see any reason not to take this. We went over this one in the last video. We found Bed. I can upgrade the survival limit. I can also spend an endeavor. And 1 through 3, I gain an insanity. Otherwise, a 4+, I can heal broken ribs, hips, arms, ruptured muscles. You cannot endeavor again. the settlement phase. Skip the next hunt. Okay, so that's kind of good. I don't have anything for that. And what's this one? Family. Departing survivors gain +1 survival. Survivors nominated for intimacy may give themselves a surname if they do not have one. A newborn survivor inherits the surname of one parent, their weapon type, and half rounded down of their weapon proficiency levels. Oh, that's not too bad. And add the family consequences to the innovation deck. Well, I had a lot of people so excited for me to take Surge last time, and I didn't, that I am going to take Inner Lantern as our innovation. And we're going to put these 3 back in there. Now, of course, let me know if you think these were a lot better, but a lot of people were really excited that I should have taken Inner Lantern, and I didn't. So let's see, we also have to add the Inner Lantern consequences to the innovation deck. So let's go ahead and do that. So I found our 2 Inner Lantern consequences. We're going to go ahead and add those to our deck. So that's the first thing we were able to develop. Now let's see what else we can do. So we have 3 Endeavor left. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to, 1, use this Lights in the Sky. This is going to be awesome. Now that we have our Inner Lantern once per settlement phase. So I'm going to go ahead and use 1 Endeavor for Caramon here to roll on our Inner Lantern. And let's see what he gets. We're going to roll our die. Come on, something real good. We got an 8. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. It says right here, add the Skull Eater settlement event to your timeline next year and gain +1 understanding. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the Silent Reflection, gain a fighting art of your choice. That's the one I wanted. I didn't read it right. 6+. So I'm going to add Skull Eater to the settlement events, and I'm going to gain 1 understanding. So Caramon at least got understanding out of the deal. That's great. But I was really hoping for the fighting art of my choice. All right, so that was one of our endeavors we spent. Now we also, again, can continue with Lights in the Sky. So I'm going to hold off. We might do that depending on what happens here. I think we're going to use one of our endeavor to do the Augury event, which is over here on our organ grinder. It says the survivor endeavors to glean the meaning of existence. Roll on the table. Add +1 to your roll result if your understanding is 3 or higher. Well, I don't have anybody with an understanding of 3 or higher. But Gold Moon here does have 2 understanding, and there's a possibility that I could get a 3rd depending on what I roll. So we're going to spend our endeavor, leaving us with only 1 to see what happens for Gold Moon here. Gold Moon got a 6. So it says right here, 6+, gain 1 survival. Oh, that's not, I wanted the 1 through 3 or the 8+. Sadly, we didn't get either of those. She just gets a survival. So she's going to go up to 3 survival, which isn't too bad, but she's going to get 1 when she leaves here. So she'll have it pretty much at survival limit, but that's okay. Gold Moon then gained a survival. That was one of our endeavors, and we have 1 left. Now, of course, the last one I want to do is this one, but I'm not going to do it until after we craft all our stuff because I'm not exactly sure what we're going to buy. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have. We have hide. We have 2 white fur. Those are going to go to the Catatarium. Our great cat bone goes to the Catatarium. This can be anything. And we have this lowly ant. I'm actually going to put the lowly ant back up here. All right. And we also have the skull, which means we could build another skull helm if we want. We also have 2 more hide and a bone. So let's go ahead and look at all the different things we can buy. We have this Catatarium. So we need, what is it, the great cat bone. What can we do with a great cat bone here? It says great cat bone and a lion claw. Well, I don't have a lion claw, so I can't make a king spear. And I don't have anything else that can use that great cat bone, I don't think. White fur and hide, white fur. Oh, great cat bone and white fur. We could make a white lion helm. That's not a bad idea. So let's go ahead and just take those 2 pieces out and pretend we're going to make the white lion helm. Let's see what else we can make. We can make another white fur and bone. I don't really want to give up my bone because I need it for weapons. Let's see what else we do. White fur and hide to make the white lion cloak. That's not too bad. White fur and hide. I've got lots of hide. So we're going to go white fur and hide to make that. That's not a bad idea. And then we've also got another hide. And we have a white fur in our resource pile. So we could do another one of these. We could make a white lion skirt or white lion boots, depending on what we want. So we're going to put those over here. So we could make 3 pieces of the white lion armor gear this turn if we want to. Otherwise, we could use that great cat bone as just a bone and make some more weapons, which might not be a bad idea. We could get maybe a bone blade and a bone dagger. That's not a bad idea. I've got 2 bones right here. I could make another bone axe if I want to use the organ. I don't think I have any more organs though, do I? No, I don't. I used it. So we have no more bone axe. We can do a bone blade. I can make a bone blade. Let's use the skull to make a bone blade. That's a good idea. make a bone blade. We already have a skull helm on somebody. Now let's see, what else can we get? Bone blade. I think we need something else to actually attack with. We're going to make this a bone as well, which means we'll be giving 3 people weapons, and we also have that cat eye circlet, so we can also have somebody dance around the board doing that. So I think our best bet, we have a blade. Oh, what do you think I should get? I think we're going to get a bone dagger. Just in case Aeolus has to go on a fight, we've got something for him. We're going to build a bone dagger, a bone sword, and then we're going to get some white lion gear, I think, here. I think that's going to be our best bet. We're going to make 1, 2, 3 pieces of white lion gear. So with our 2 random bone pieces, I picked up a bone dagger. It has 3 speeds. You can actually hit 3 times with this thing, but it's a 7+ to hit, so you might not hit all that much, but at least you have a pretty good chance. Imagine if you got some really good rolls. You can do 3 damage in 1 attack. On a perfect hit, I gained a survival, and a perfect hit is a lantern 10 on the D10. We also picked up a bone blade, which has a 2 speed, a 6 accuracy, and it gets +2 to wound when it goes, but it's frail, so if I hit a super dense location, it breaks. Now here's the new stuff that's gonna be really cool. We picked up the white lion helm. Now of course I can't activate this because I have to physically link something to this bottom red thing, and I don't have anything, but if I did, I could spend a survival on my action to give non-deaf insane survivors +2 strength, but the other ones are going to gain 1 insanity. It actually seems pretty good. The next thing I got is these white lion boots. These give me +1 movement if I can link these 2 red things, and I can. I've got a plan. Just you watch and see. Next, I got a white lion coat. Now this thing is awesome. Check this thing out. This thing is going to be pretty awesome. Spend my movement and my activation to move 3 spaces in a straight line. Then, if you move 3 spaces, activate a melee weapon with +1 strength. Oh, that's going to be so good. And then that is what we picked up from our white lion gear. Now we have one more endeavor, and what we're going to do with that is Gabrielle is going to go ahead and take on the lights in the sky. She's going to use her Graves principle and roll on D10 once per settlement phase. So let's see what happens to Gabrielle when she rolls. She got a 3, so we're going to look at the 3. It says, the settlement celebrates the lights and departed as they streak past. Gain +2 survival. That's okay. I really hoped I would get this one. I could have gotten location when you depart this lantern. I get +3 armor on everything if I'd have got a better thing. But roll. I put a terrible roll. All right. We're going to gain 2 survival though for that. So she's up to 4 survival, which is pretty good. She's at her max survival when it comes to her survival limit, which is pretty good because we have surge, encourage, and dodge. All those. She also has her axe proficiency. She's going to be wielding that bone axe with 4 insanity, 4 survival. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I also wrote our Skull Eater event here under Lantern Year 4. So now that we're done with developing, we're going to go ahead and prepare departing survivors, remove gear from returning survivors. So I've gone ahead and removed it already. Now also I have to take all the resources we used and archive them back into the box so that we can hopefully draw these again. Now the survivors that are going to go out on our next hunt is going to be Gabrielle, Caramon, Tanis. He's going to be a new survivor. I just created Tanis. He was in our group, but I haven't had a sheet for him yet. And we also are going to have Gold Moon go out again. Now, I want to also tell you that this is when we have to choose to fight either the level 1 White Lion or the level 1 Screaming Antelope. I'm going to let everyone decide what to do. Put it in the comments below. Do you think I should fight the White Lion or the Screaming Antelope? Whichever one gets the most votes, that's what we're going to go hunting for. Tanis is next. He's going to go ahead and grab some stone noses. He's going to grab a founding stone. He's going to be the cat eye circlet man. Another founding stone and cloth armor. Okay, I got a plan for him. Now, if you notice, he doesn't have very much survival. He has absolutely no insanity. So at least when he arrives, the stone noses will give him at least 1 in each category. Giving him the cat eye circlet allows him to look at those next 3 monster hit locations. And if we like one of the hit locations really well, we can chuck one of these founding stones if it has a critical hit, and we can take care of it that way. That's why I gave him both of the founding stones we have left. So that is going to be Tanis. Gold Moon is actually going to be going under the most intense chains. She's the one that's going to be getting the White Lion helm, the White Lion boots, and the White Lion cloak or coat. Now, I have to try to connect 2 things to this White Lion boots in order to gain the affinity of +1 movement here down at the bottom, which I really want. So let's see how we're going to do that. We're going to give her the bone darts, which is kind of counterproductive when I'm trying to move real fast. She's going to gain this cloth armor, but she's also going to get the bone dagger, which is the other one that's going to click right here. So she is able to create this to get the +1 movement. Now, of course, she has that Orator of Death, which gives insanity if she wants, which she might start the battle with. She also has 1 hunt XP, so if she's able to make it through, she's going to probably gain an age, which is going to be awesome. She's got 3 survival, and she's ready to go. Next, we've got Gabrielle. There's not much that's changed, except she did gain some rawhide boots. Now, sadly, she's not going to be able to take advantage of the bottom part here, which says, when you depart, gain +1 survival, which means I could put them on Tanis, but I think it's better to have her to have more armor in locations, because she's actually going to be near the lion, and most likely Tanis is going to be running away from the lion as fast as he can. So he's going to still use the bone axe, because that's what her weapon of choice is. She's gaining proficiency for. She also is going to have the rawhide vest, or the skull helm, and the cloth armor. Nothing much has changed with her. She has 4 insanity, and she has 4 survival. And lastly, we have Caramon. He's going to be our guy. It's pretty much going to be standing in front of the lion this turn, since Xena has to skip her next hunt. He's going to grab some stone noses, because again, he's kind of new. He doesn't have a lot of survival or insanity. He's going to gain that rawhide headband, the rawhide pants, the vest, and the gloves, giving him the extra evasion. Now he also has the rawhide headband, and he's going to grab the bone blade. I like the bone blade. He's going to grab that bone blade, and he's going to be able to also grab the rawhide armor complete armor set bonus. So he's actually going to leave here with 2 survival, meaning he's going to have 3 survival when he leaves, but he'll gain another 4 when he actually gets here, which will be good because he might be doing a lot of dodging. So the last thing we have to do before we go on our adventure is decide who gets the lonely ant. I'll probably give this to Gabrielle because she's got 4 and 4, and if I ever need to flip them because one gets too low, I can. Also, everybody is going to be gaining +1 survival when they depart, so I got to make sure to do that. But of course, I can't go above my max survival limit, which is 4. 1 for writing the town name, and then 2, 3, 4. So we only get a maximum of 4 survival. Lights in the Sky is going to get discarded now that we're going on our hunt. Now, what should we hunt for? That's the big question, and we're going to come to the end of the video, and I'm going to need your help. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the settlement event. I love that triathlon. That was a lot of fun. Now, I know the way I did it isn't exactly probably how it should have been done, but I thought it was a lot of fun to do it with rerolls. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell symbol, and you'll know when the hunt video comes out. And in that video, I'm going to be hunting either the white lion or the antelope. It's your decision. Leave it in the comments below along with anything else you want to tell me. I'm excited to hear from everybody. Are you excited that I actually picked the Inner Lantern resource or innovation? I apologize. Or should I have grabbed something else out of the deck that I had a chance to have? If you're excited to see what happens to our brave survivors, then I need you to meet me at the table.